Now, key players, parents, government and well-meaning Nigerians have been encouraged to play their part and work collaboratively to make basic education accessible to every child to reduce the number of out-of-school children in the country. The appeal was made at an event to commemorate the 70th anniversary of universal basic education in Nigeria. Senior reporter Olaide Oyewole has more.
Although the Universal Basic Education Program was formally launched in 1999, the idea of providing foundational education for all Nigerians has evolved over 7 decades where regional governments controlled education. However, in recent years, Nigeria's universal basic education has faced numerous challenges from lack of funding to infrastructural deficits, leading to Nigeria having one of the highest rates of out-of-school children. In commemoration of 70 years of the education system, the Development Agenda for Western Nigeria, Dawn Commission, organized this event where stakeholders identified the sector's challenges and discussed practical solutions for the future, especially in the Southwest.
If we are still talking of those challenges, it meant that at some point we missed it. So bringing some of the practitioners, some of the best practitioners in education that we have in the country, we brought them here this afternoon to have this discussion on how we can revitalize education in Southwest.
According to UNICEF, as of 2024, there were about 18.3 million children out of school in Nigeria, making Nigeria the country with the highest number of out-of-school children globally. Keynote speakers who spoke on the theme, retrospection and projections, emphasized that parents, government and concerned Nigerians must play their respective roles in addressing the needs and challenges facing the education sector.
Parents should support the fact that their children should go and access school, and not only access school, but their children should stay in school. Lastly, we should develop the teachers, the capacity of the teachers.
20% of your budget will go into education, and you make sure that that 20% is transparently one allocated, expended. It's bound to correct itself.
Stakeholders here believe that unless deliberate investments are made in infrastructure, policy implementation, and inclusive access, the country risks widening its educational gaps. Olaide Oyewole, TVC News, Ibadan.
Director General Dawn Commission Sheye Oyeleye joins me on TVC News at 10 for more on this. Mr. Oyeleye, the Dawn Commission was set up to midwife the Southwest integration agenda. Talk to us about the major challenges you have encountered, especially in achieving integration in the education sector.
Well, good evening. Thank you, Bosse. Can you hear me?
Yes, please, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Major challenges. Don't forget that we deal with 6 states, 6 contiguous states that have the same culture, speak the same language, and the challenges are usually the same, but they do have their individual peculiarities. But what we can confidently say that in the areas of education, particularly in primary education, the challenges are broadly the same. And what we are confronting, our 6 states have, over the last few years that Dawn has been in existence, and with us trying to push out different policies in the states, we've been able to let them think together on how we can confront the challenges being faced in the education sector. And what are these challenges? Don't forget that, as I said earlier on, these 6 states used to be a single block, as in BLOC, a single region in the past. And when we came together this afternoon to talk about 70 years of free education, what we were trying to do was not to just celebrate the past, but to see where we've dropped the ball over time. Because if we are saying that 70 years we had free education, how come we are still talking about out-of-school children?
That's a big question. Mr. Oyeleye, that actually is a big question, because about 18.3 million children are out of school in Nigeria. It is a huge figure. What practical steps now have the key players, proffered on reversing that trend?
You see, one of the things we have realized is that, look, we shouldn't allow poverty, that the fact that a parent can't afford to send his or her ward to school, be a barrier. And, some purists have argued that, is free education feasible? It is feasible as long as we implement the right policies. And in some of our states in the past, in Southwest in particular, there were things that we did to incentivize the parents. I remember that in some of our states, there was the free meals as an example. With free meals, we saw that enrollments shot up. In states where they are saying that you don't need to pay for primary education, we have seen enrollments go up.
So
the only thing we need to do is
enrollment
incentivize. Yeah.
Okay, so enrollment goes up, but then also with insecurity being rife, and some parents and children being afraid of going to school. I'm curious as to what you think must be done to restore confidence and get children back in schools.
You see, the challenge is that you just mentioned insecurity as well. Now, thankfully, our zone here in the Southwest is still probably regarded as a green zone, but you cannot just solve this problem in isolation. It has to be a holistic solution being provided. And as an example, in the Southwest, we have our Western Nigeria Security Network. That's a solution. And when we are clamoring, as an example, again, for state policing, I mean, with due respect, what happened in Kebbi, I said it, assuming that they have a 5,000 strong police force, I'm sure that those who came in there to kidnap will have thought twice before coming in. See, one of the challenges we are facing is the fact that we are still afraid to confront our demons as a federal republic. This is a federal country. As long as we want to do the one-size-fits-all, some of the things you mentioned, insecurity, poverty, and people not wanting to send their wards to school. Yes, there are challenges, but it can be confronted with the right solutions. And that is what we have proffered this afternoon when we came together.
All right, so let's see how, the recommendations would be implemented. Director General, Dawn Commission, Sheye Oyele, thank you very much for talking to us on TVC News at 10.
My pleasure, Boss. Good evening.